On 29th of October, President Samia Suluhu Hassan crowned herself with a victory of 97% of the votes after silencing the very people who challenged her. And when citizens rose up, especially the young, they were met with bullets, brutality, and a blockade on truth. Hundreds killed, hundreds injured, hundreds arrested, entire country living in fear. Let us say his name clearly. Tundu Lissu, the opposition leader charged with treason, locked away simply because he exercised his democratic right to run for elections. And his imprisonment is a broader assault on democracy in Tanzania that is taking away all the promises to the Tanzanian people of their freedom. And to the Tanzanian people, we have heard you. We are on your side. This House has chosen to stand by you.
And I call on the European External Action Service not to slip back into business as usual. I will spare you the diplomatic language used in recent statements, but the tone was certainly not as clear as it should have been. Tanzania's continued pivot from the rule of law, reform and good governance demands a genuine assessment of our bilateral relationship. Colleagues, if we truly stand for democracy and human rights, we cannot stop at words. Let us use every tool at our disposal to hold those in power accountable. Tomorrow, this House will send an unmistakable message. All EU funds channeled through state-controlled entities must be frozen immediately. The European Union must not use its fund to subsidize oppression. The time to act is now. All political prisoners must be released immediately and with no conditions. Urgently required is an independent and credible investigation into all killings, abductions, and enforced disappearances. The great people of Tanzania, they deserve new, free, and credible elections. Thank you.
Finally, Samia Suluhu has responded to the European Parliament and the European Union after that body moved to block billions in development loans and funding from reaching Tanzania and being handed to the government of Samia Suluhu. Through Foreign Affairs Minister Kombo, the government, on behalf of President Samia Suluhu, has replied to the European Union following the decision to block funds over alleged ongoing repression of opposition parties in Tanzania, killings, abductions, and the use of force against demonstrators.
I have seen the International Court of Justice has started investigations into the recent elections that were conducted in our country, Tanzanian. I'm more than willing to assist them in investigations to find out what really happened.
All right, welcome back, family. This is what we've been talking about. But today we are watching how the world is responding to the conflicts in the country of Tanzania. We've seen the European Union, EU, responding, and they demand some action to be taken. They're the one who have filed the case to ICC against Samia and all that she caused or committed the country of Tanzania, because at this time people are not only talking or reacting against the election process, but people are also only concerned about the lives that has been taken. We are only concerned. Let me tell you something. Even if you are a leader and your intention is to rig election and maybe secure your position, that's not bother. That's not the problem. But the problem, why don't you just do it in a peaceful way? Why don't you just do it in a very smart way? Because it is not a must that you cause many deaths. It is not a must that you cause thousands of youths and citizens to lose their life just because you are fighting for the position. So the only thing that people are so concerned here, the only and the best thing that the people are so concerned over this is about the people who lost their life. Because at this time we have many people who are still missing. We have many people today many families today who are demanding even the bodies of their loved ones, because there are some people who are killed, but still their people or their families are not aware. They don't know about their people. They don't know about their children, about their loved ones. So it is better for you, even if you die as Africans, when you lost your person, no matter what happened. But for the traditions, you must bury the body of your loved one. So when it comes to the point whereby we have lost our people in a way of maybe demanding their justice, their freedom, they have been killed and they are nowhere to be found. Even their bodies, their remains are nowhere to be found. This is the problem that today the Tanzanians are facing, and this is the problem that the Africans we are coming in to respond to respond about it, because this is not humanity. We as Africans, we believe that this is not humanity. This is not something that we can support. So all that's happened today, we have seen a EU coming to respond and coming to engage in this matter. So my question is, we are having EU, because at this time EU has already even sanctioned the country of Tanzania. We know that. But again, it is not bad, because at this time as Africans, we are not bothered. We are not worried about being sanctioned, but we need to be free. But again, we need to be free and be able to govern ourselves. We can't just be crying and asking to be freedom, to ask for the foreigners to leave Africa when we cannot be able to govern ourselves. Because all that's happening in the country of Tanzania gives a clear picture that truly we are not ready. We cannot be able to govern ourselves. Because if we are now fighting against ourselves, we are killing one another. We as Africans, the African leader make thousands of people to lose life. This is not foreigner. This is not America. This is not a Europe that has caused this, but the greedy African leaders. So if we can be crying and demanding freedom to govern ourselves, and we cannot manage it, we are killing ourselves, then this gives a clear picture that truly we are not ready. We are not ready to fight ourselves, to stand for ourselves, and to protect ourselves. So before EU coming in, where is ECOWAS? No, where is African Union? Because I think this matter, people have been demanding for the justice in the country of Tanzania. People have been coming out every day to demand about justice. They have been demanding the African leaders to act, to do something, to file a case against Samia in ICC. But no leader have ever come out to do this, because they are the same. They are the same. When you go to the country of Uganda, the president of that country has the same character as how Samia is. When you go to the country of Kenya, the same. When you go to the country of Nigeria, the same. So all these leaders, they are there to protect themselves. They are there to cover their all bad evil deeds. They have nothing to do with their people. They have nothing good to give their people. So EU has come in thousands of kilometers away from the past the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean, when we have African Union here in Addis Ababa, and it has never come out to respond about these incidents. It has not come out to do or to address anything concerning these issues of the country of Tanzania. So what is this? What are these? What is the picture to this? Because at this time, it is better we go in a democratic way, just like other people. This is the time that Africans have come to feel like maybe it's better we go in a military way, because we cannot living under this democracy, the democracy that we are being preached of, the democracy that cannot solve the problems that affect Africans, the democracy that cannot give power to the people. Today, Tanzania is still living under the colonial constitutions, which only gives the president much power than expected. It gives a president much power that cannot be challenged. You know all that has happened in the country of Tanzania after the announcement of the election of the presidential elect. The constitution demands that no one and nobody is allowed to go and challenge these results in the court of law. So election was conducted, the main opposition leaders were locked up, the people were killed, president secured with the highest percentage votes than expected or than usual. People were killed after that, country was destroyed, and she is ready still coming up with more policies. She's not bothering about all that happened in the country of Tanzania. Today, the parents are still mourning their children. Many of them have been buried have been displaced, and she has nothing to do with it. And we are still coming here to speak about democracy, about freedom, about independence. Africans, this is not the time, because we cannot be coming here each and every day to speak about the foreign influence, about the resistance of foreign influence, foreign policies, the white system, when we cannot just manage our own black system. We are fighting for the one unity, for the one Africa, unity of the black man. So how can this come when we are still fighting against one another? Today, the people or the neighboring countries of Tanzania are not allowed to go inside. Today, as a Kenyan, I'm not allowed to go in the country of Tanzania because they declared war. They declared war. Government doesn't want to associate with the country of Kenya. Yet we know that this country has been doing business. We have been depending in one another. They depend in Kenya in some things. We depend on them in some things. So this is not the Kenya that we want. This is not the Kenya that we want, and I believe so. This is not the Kenya that Kwame Nkrumah wanted. This is not the Kenya that Patrice Lumumba wanted. The one that Muammar Gaddafi wanted. This is not the Kenya that Thomas Sankara was fighting for. They were only fighting for freedom, for unity, and the one Africa. So EU has sanctioned the country of Tanzania, and now we as Africans, we need beyond that. We need to see justice being found. We need to see Africans are coming in. We need to see African Union coming in and acting to those atrocities, genocides, and all those that happen in the country against the human people, against the life of the citizens who are only going on the streets to fight for their freedom, for their rights, and for their voices. Tell me what you have in the comment section. Welcome back. It has been long when I've not been here, but again, I welcome you again. I welcome you back once again. Let's continue speaking towards the matters that are affecting African continent, because we are here to push the agenda of African unity, African independence, and we cannot win this without coming out to speak about the agendas that is needed and the matters that affect our African continent. We are here to make sure that we push this to the end. Just tell me what about the comment section. I welcome you and I appreciate your support. Consider subscribing if you are new here. Join my membership so that we can continue moving together. Until next time, we come and do the same. We come and do something else concerning African motherland. May you be blessed. I love you and I appreciate your support for being here always.